College's 8H Tom Fox, staff photographer. Oklahoma Sooners quarterback Kyler Murray runs around the field with the school flag after defeating the Texas Longhorns in the Big 12 championship. Edit. The Sooners defeated the Longhorns, 39-27. Tom Fox, The Dallas Morning News by Kevin Sherrington, staff columnist at Sherrington. Been way back in October, when Kliff Kingsbury was just a handsome guy trying to hang on to his job at Texas Tech and no one outside Lubbock paid him much attention. He said if he had the first pick of the NFL draft, he'd take Kyler Murray. 3 possible explanations. Kingsbury's vision into a quarterback's future makes him an even greater QB savant than we thought. He had insider information on a potential Arizona opening long before it was apparent. Josh Rosen should probably hang loose. Just because Murray won a Heisman doesn't necessarily mean he'll follow in Baker Mayfield's footsteps as the first pick of the draft, too. But at this time a year ago, did you have Mayfield going? No. 1. I didn't even have Kingsbury pegged as the next coach of the Cardinals. The moral is, weird stuff happens in football. Which is why your intrepid reporter has come to the conclusion that Murray will choose the NFL over the A's. Let's be clear, no insider information here. The last time Kyler's dad, Kevin, confided in yours truly was at Allen's signing day in 2015, when he said his talented son goes his own way. As long as we're talking disclaimers, don't misconstrue this as career counseling, either. From the looks of it, Kyler could play just about whatever he wants. Before they get too far down the road, the Mavs probably shouldn't rule him out while contemplating Dennis Smith Jr.'s heir apparent. Oklahoma 2019 offseason, 5 burning questions, NFL draft statuses for players, and more. But if you're taking odds, bet on football. Trust Kingsbury's judgment on this one. No matter what you may think about his potential heading up an NFL team, Coach Cool knows his quarterbacks. It's why the Cardinals hired him, and it's the direction the NFL is trending. And he really thinks Murray is good enough to go first. He's probably not too far off. Even if Murray were to go to, say, the Giants, at number 6, could he really turn that down to play baseball for the A's? Consider the money. If he signs with an NFL team, Murray will have to give back his $4.66 million signing bonus. But he'd more than make that up as a top 10 pick. According to Spotrac, the NFL's 6th pick is worth 4 years and $25.5 million, with a guaranteed signing bonus of $16.5 million. Sure, Murray could make more playing baseball, at least in the long run. But not up front. He wouldn't be a free agent until he turned 28. Until then, a salary scale favors clubs over players. 5 departures that will hurt Oklahoma most in 2019. Kyler Murray is obvious, but what else must Sooners replace? Example, 3 picks after the Rangers took Dylan Tate 4th in the 2015 draft, Boston selected Andrew Benintendi out of Arkansas. 2 years later, he was in the big leagues. Last year, while putting up a resounding .830 UPS, he pocketed $620,500. Is projected to make a little more than $700,000 this season. Murray's speed, power mix, and 5-tool potential gives him a higher ceiling than Benintendi's. But he's also played far less baseball. Fair to say he isn't as polished. Might not make it to the bigs for 3 or 4 years, if at all. And as someone who once accompanied Donald Harris on a road trip from Butte, Montana, across the interminable Midwest, let me assure you, busing from one minor league town to the next isn't as much fun as it sounds. Especially when the alternative is the excitement and glamour of NFL life. The question is Murray good enough? Before his Heisman season, he simply looked too short. He's since grown immeasurably in the public imagination, not to mention in the eyes of talent evaluators. And if he chooses the NFL and it doesn't work out in a couple of years, he could still go back to the A's, who'd retain his rights. They'd welcome him back if for no other reason than they'd have nothing to show for the pick otherwise. Now, as previously noted, this guess is based on the short-term advantages of football over baseball. It doesn't take into account any potential apprehension over the physical toll football exacts. But a couple of experts have weighed in on the matter. Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders famously played baseball and football, a feat that would be close to impossible for Murray as a quarterback. Bo told USA Today in 2017 that, if he'd known the risks, I would have never played football. He wasn't talking about the hip injury in football but cut short both careers. He meant the long-term effects of head trauma. Deion, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, seconded Bo. If I was in Kyler's shoes, he told ESPN, I'm picking up the baseball bat and I'm not looking back. Of course, the opinions of Deion and Bo are born of hard experience, which, for better or worse, young men are loath to consider. When you're only 21, with so much in front of you, it's sometimes hard to see past it. Even if you were 6'5", Twitter, @Sherrington.